What's up, you guys? Today we're going to talk about what I think is one of the biggest problems, if not the biggest problem in the 2K community, which is slime count. That's what I like to call it. If you play Pro-Am, you know exactly what slime count is. But if you're unfamiliar with the term, slime count is essentially when you're playing for the screenshot. You're playing for your stats at the end of the game and your quote-unquote matchup at the end of the game, versus what the objective of the game should be, which is to win the game. So, Marauder, give me an example of this slime count you talk about. And sure, I'll give you an example. You know what, guys? I'm going to give you guys a one-question quiz right now. Very, very simple. So, let's say you load into a random rec game. What's your defensive mindset as a player? When you load into a random rec game, what is your mindset as a defensive player? Think really hard. Whenever you load into a game, it should be the same every game. You know, what are you trying to do on defense? And if your answer is anything like, keep my guy under 10 points, lock up my guy, get 5 steals, lock up my guy, you're playing for slime count. You're not playing to win. I'll give you guys another in-game example of something that happened in like 15 seconds. I don't know how loud the audio is going to be, so just a heads up, it's going to come up here in like 10 seconds. If you guys want to skip the clip, the video is going to resume around like 2 minutes and 50 seconds, but I encourage you guys to listen to this because I feel like this is how most players think when they go into the rec. Alright, you're going to get the ball. You already got 6 shots.
I need 25 of them. I might get 50.
That's just bad comps, though,
That's how I average like 27.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about my stats, but I average more than that. But
I average 27, 8, and 5, bro. You think you beating that?
I'm not. Well, we're on the same team, dog. But yeah, we can.
That's it's 2K.
No way.
What the fuck?
But yeah, you're gonna get your shots, dog. But I'm not gonna lie, offense is the problem right now. We're giving up too many points. We're not getting enough turnovers, or not forcing enough turnovers. Good shot.
Oh, no, tapped it. My bad, bro.
You're good. Don't worry about it. Fuck. He trolled. But yeah, that's just your average 2K encounter, right? Clearly, offense isn't the problem because we scored 100 points this game. We've already got 27 points and we're just starting the second quarter. But that's what everyone wants to talk about. Oh, I need this amount of points. Your guy's scoring this, your guy's scoring that. It's it is a team game, brother. Our offense was 10 for 12, 10 for 13 to start this game. Offense was firing on all cylinders. But that's all people want to talk about. You know what I mean? And this guy's playing for slime count, talking about, oh, I need 25 shots. I might score 50. Oh, you hear my stats, bro? Here are my stats. You know what I mean? 8 games in the season. Peep the steals per game, 8 steals per game. That doesn't matter, by the way. The steals per game doesn't matter. That doesn't mean I was winning games. My 7-1 record in the random rec means I was winning games. Here's me beating some randoms in the Pro-Am. You could see me scoring 40 points per game earlier in the year. And none of that matters. Really, none of that matters. Because what matters, guys, what have we been talking about? Winning the game. That is the only stat that matters, but it doesn't matter to all these players in the rec. It's so ridiculous. So, going into the second half, all of a sudden we're winning by 14 points. Marauder, what happened? What changed? Well, we look at the scoreboard. There's only 2 numbers that matter. It's how many points we scored and how many points they scored. Our offense stayed the same. Still scored 50 points a half. What happened? Our defense got better. Our team defense got better. And even though guys requesting 25 shots per game and talking about how good his stats are, what needed to happen was we need to play better defense. It's the stupid slime count mentality. Talking about, I need this, I need that, I average this amount of points. That wasn't even the problem in the first place. The problem was the defense. And then we fixed the defense, and now we're up by 14. And now we're flooding them. You know what I mean? As I mentioned earlier, we're going to end the game scoring like 100 points. Offense was immaculate. And once people kind of buy into that, and people realize that, oh, you know, maybe I don't need 60 shot attempts, and maybe I don't need X amount of steals, and maybe, you know, the opportunities will present themselves, maybe if I get a steal or something like that, then you really start to pull away, and then you start to win a lot of games. You know, I really do have a lot of accolades when it comes to this 2K stuff. Like, last year I had the world record for most points in a game. I had like 206 points in a single rec game. If you haven't seen that video, it was pretty insane. This year I had 130 points. I averaged 40 points per game at the beginning of the year. Now I average like 35. But the coolest stats and the most impressive accolades to me are the people that I beat and the league championships that I've won in Pro-Am. I'm not going to disclose how much money I've won in Pro-Am this year, but it is a lot. Like, probably the most in like all of Pro-Am. If you don't believe me, if you have X or Twitter, just check out @RodFrom3. You can see the amount of tournaments I've won and the people that I beat. It's no joke, right? And I don't mean to brag about that, but that's just an example of, you know, what matters. Winning the game. You know, that's what matters. And you can look at those screenshots and those tournaments and be like, oh, well, Mirar, you know, you scored this, you know, you only had, there's games where I scored 10 points and had 4 assists, and we won the game by 20. And, you know, I couldn't have been happier. I was so thrilled. Because that's all I care about. If you want to get better at 2K, you can't care about how many points your guy has. You can't care about how many points about how many points you have. You have to care about doing a job. You have to care about winning the game. And ask yourself, what can you do to win the game? And the answer isn't to lock up your guy. The answer is to lock up the other team. The answer isn't to score 100 points. The answer is to make sure your team's scoring every play. And that might mean you having 100 points, or it might be you having 50 assists. But I just ranted for 4 minutes. That was kind of crazy. You can see the stats at the end of the game. I had like 40 points, and I shot like 10 for 10 from 3. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You know what matters? Us winning by 24 points. Wow, that was some quick math. But yeah, I know it's been a while, so I'd appreciate the love. If you guys want to like and comment on the video. I love you all. Until next video, peace out.